Jason Sosa, Canito, former WBA world champion, and you're watching Toy Quest 101.
My name is Deleon, this is my father, Miguel.
And we are here with a former boxing champion. Jason, thank you so much for supporting kids with autism and special needs and being on our show today. It's the first time we have a world champ on our show, so we're super excited. And being Puerto Rican just like us, I know my family in Puerto Rico are going to be excited to watch this episode, so thank you so much for being here and supporting us. Also on today's show, because of a special occasion, we partnered up with Sideshow Collectibles, one of our favorite partners, and they sent us this awesome 6-scale C-3PO statue. Again, why don't you show the camera down here real quick? Check it out. And again, who do you want to say thank you to?
Thank you, Susan and Sideshow.
That's right, Susan and Sideshow. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. What an exciting time to open up this statue with, again, world champ here next to us. So Jason, the way it works is basically we're going to interview you, and in between the interview, we're going to go ahead and open up this bad boy here from Star Wars, and we're going to kind of review him and see what we have in the package. Okay, how does that sound? Good?
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Eliana, why don't you start with your first question?
Jason, how did you get into boxing?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Wow, I started boxing when I was 19, turning 20. The story was, it was a random day. One day I woke up and had a feeling going to the gym, and I went to the gym and I never left. And 7 years from then, became world champion.
That's awesome, man. And you started late in your career. You only had a couple matches in your amateur fights, and then you kind of blew up from there. Not your typical story, but an awesome story because you started late and you've progressed from there.
Yeah, it was crazy because I had 3 amateur fights. Only one amateur fight.
Oh, wow.
2. So I was like, maybe this is not for me. But then ex-trainer I had before, he was like, you know what? We're gonna go pro. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go pro. And then when I heard that, it changed my whole life because it was like, all right, now we're in the big leagues.
Right.
Now we really have to stay focused and do what we gotta do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you fought. We were just talking about prior to the show. We were talking about how many places you've traveled to fight. China, Puerto Rico. Talk to us about the different places you traveled to and the opponents that you faced.
Oh man, I've traveled. That it's a dream come true, man. To be honest, boxing has taken me through so many journeys, and I fought in China, in Beijing, China. I fought in France, Monte Carlo.
Wow.
I fought in Puerto Rico a few times. Baltimore. Fought Lomachenko there. I fought. I'm happy to say that I got to experience the whole traveling of it, and it's still not over. So we still got to go to different places. But those few beautiful countries I fought in.
Yeah, definitely amazing, journey, and the whole story itself and the people that you fought, the history that you made is just awesome. Now, speaking of beautiful places, being of Puerto Rican descent like us, Puerto Rico has a long list of famous boxers such as Wilfredo Gomez, Wilfred Benitez, Felix Tito Trinidad, I grew up with him, Miguel Cotto, Danny Garcia, and now Jason El Canito Sosa. How does it feel to be included in that list that I just spoke about and have an entire island supporting you?
It was crazy. When I became world champion, I was like, I didn't feel it. And I think I took after I became world champion, 2 weeks after that or 3 weeks or so forth. And I went and I celebrated for the first time with all the ex-world champion of Puerto Rico. And it was the most beautiful thing, the most beautiful experience because I had a blast.
Yeah? And who was part of that list?
It was pretty much everybody. Benito was there.
Yeah?
Yeah, Benito was there. It was the WBO convention kind of.
Yeah.
So it was a get together, and I got to enjoy it with all the ex-world champions. I'm talking about, Trinidad. Everybody, and it was a dream come true to actually experience that moment with them.
That's awesome. That gave me goosebumps, man. To meet some of them guys is just you know, and you following in the footsteps. That's really awesome, man. Super cool. Let's pause on the questions real quick, and let's just start opening up the 6 scale C-3PO statue from Sideshow. So Jason, why don't you grab the box, set it up here, peek your head around the box, and let's just show the viewers there. So this is the box right here, which is pretty cool. Now I love the boxes because they have the picture on them. If you turn the box around, you'll see C-3PO in his glory right there. Now again, this is a 6 scale figure from Sideshow that they sent us for this episode. So you can start opening it up. So just why don't you go ahead and lay it down. And Liana, why don't you open up the top of the box. Alright. You can put that to the side. And let's show that real quick. So when you first open it, you guys can see another picture of C-3PO, which is kind of cool. Alright, lay it back down. Let's take that top off. And C-3PO is a cool character because he's always kind of freaking out. His hands are always up in the air. He's a little spazzy, so that's pretty neat. Alright, so Jason, why don't you take the top out real quick. Cool, cool. I'll put this over here. Go ahead again. I want you to take C-3PO out. Alright, now check him out. Here's your first look. Bring him back just a little bit. Let's put him up here. Check him out. He won't stand up, just hold him. Now check him out. He's kind of cool. Liana, what do you like about C-3PO so far?
It's gold and his leg is silver. And his eyes light up in like in his head. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So let me see that real quick. So guys, if you look in the back of C-3PO, there's like a little spot here where if you hit it, his eyes light up, which is kind of neat. I like the lighting effect. It has some weathered paint on it, so it looks like he's been outside and the paint's not as new. It has 40 points of articulation. So Jason, what that means is these guys, you can kind of pose them. So if you see right here, his fingers, each one of his fingers, you could bend them.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, which is cool. He's sitting on like a little ball joint here. His head is too. And like I said, you guys could go ahead and kind of pose him how you want. So let's just put him down real quick. Jason, why don't you take the rest out of that box? There should be a base under there, so I'll grab that. Cool, thank you.
Take this out.
Yep, take that out. Yep, and let's grab the top real quick. Now there are some very small parts here, so be careful when everybody's opening up the box. So here's the base. Now as you can see on the bottom of the base, it says Star Wars on it, which is kind of cool. We're just gonna go ahead and put that right here. And this is the bottom part of that base, which goes right here. And now this kind of holds him up. So when we put him on here, this will hold C-3PO like that. So check them out, guys. Super cool.
Yeah.
All right. And then it also comes with his Death communicator from the Death Star. So this is kind of what the microphone that he had when he was communicating with Luke from inside of the Death Star. And you guys, let's just put that here. And it also has some of the magnetic restraints bolts. And you can put that on his chest. They're magnetic. You guys look for a spot here. And there you go. So check him out there.
Yeah, that's
super cool. So let me just go ahead and put him on the turntable real quick so you guys can take a look as he walks around or as he goes around on the turntable. Have you watched Star Wars?
Yeah, I mean, you know, because they keep making them in, you know, different characters or whatever. But yeah, I've watched Star Wars. I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan just because, you know, I barely watched them. But yeah, I like the little guy.
R2-D2.
Yeah.
Yep, which is always with C-3PO.
Yeah.
You guys could find his partner on Sideshow Collectibles as well. I think it's a must to have C-3PO and R2-D2 together because they always have been together. But what do you think? It's just like the movie, right?
Yeah, man, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, super cool. And like I said, we could pose him and stuff if we wanted to. He's always kind of freaking out. So I like to just throw him back here like this to make it look like he's in... he's freaking out, which is kind of cool. All Again, has 40 points of articulation, has the magnetic restraining bolt, the Death Star communicator. It's detailed likeness, just like the Star Wars New Hope movie, which is kind of cool, and that's what representing this statue right here. They kind of did for it, which is cool. Let's check them out. Alright, so let's put him to the side now that we reviewed him, so he's not in the way. Alright, and now why don't you go ahead with your next question.
What boxer, past or present, will you have a dream match with and why?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to say probably with my favorite fighter, Arturo Gatti.
Ooh, good. That's a good choice.
Arturo Gatti, just because he brings a lot of excitement, and he had what, three wars
yeah.
with Ward,
Yep.
and he's probably the one I would love to have been.
Yeah, he definitely was an exciting boxer to watch. I actually grew up watching his fights too. Always a war. He never backed down, win or lose. It was just exciting to watch Arturo Gatti. Definitely a legend in the sport. And he's from right here, Jersey.
Yep.
He boxed a lot in Atlantic City, which is kind of nice. Awesome choice, for sure. Arturo Gatti. All right. So you've trained with a lot of professional athletes right here in TKO Boxing with Alex Barbosa's gym. A good friend of ours on the show. You're wearing his shirt. I see that represented. Alex is a good friend of our show. He supports kids with autism and special needs. He has an amazing facility over in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And there's a lot of champions there. They had you, Tavon Farmer, Anthony Young, who just won one recently. Talk to us about the facility and talk to us about some of the guys you train with there and how is it training there.
It's a fun family structure, man. To go there every day with a big smiling face is important, and the fact that we get to go somewhere that we feel at home,
right?
Because of the Alex and his brother and the whole we're blessed. We're blessed to have something like that because not everybody could train somewhere like as comfortable it is like TKO, man, we blessed, man, and I love the fact that I get to train with all these guys every day. Yeah,
definitely a good facility, and like I said, a lot of champions there. I've been in there and seen you guys doing work. A lot of the MMA fighters share the facility as well. Paul Felder, that was another guest on our show. Ryan Cafaro's been there. Anthony Terrell, who was the guest that challenged you to be on the show, which is kind of cool. But yeah, definitely awesome facility. Alex is awesome. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put their info in the bio of the video too, just in case you ever want to visit or check out the facility, whether it's social media or actually going there. So definitely shout out to Alex and everybody over there at TKO Fitness. Ileana, why don't you go ahead with your last question?
What advice would you give kids watching that want to become a boxer?
It's a good question. So advice that you want to give young viewers watching that want to be a boxer just like you.
Oh man, I have two little boys.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have two little boys, and the only advice I can give anyone that wants to be a boxer or a professional athlete is that you have to give it your all. 100%. You can't, especially with boxing, you can't slack not one little bit because it can turn around and boxing you can't play.
Right.
And we all know that. So I have two little boys, and I honestly would not want them to pick boxing, but they love it. They love it. I have a 2-year-old that loves boxing. When he sees me, he just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Man. So, the only advice I can give you if you end up doing any sport is to do it 100% and work hard. You got to be zoned out, and that goes for anything, not just athlete. I think that goes for anything in life. You have to be in a zone, and that's what I did. That's why I've accomplished what I've accomplished because I was literally zoned out. I never experienced that, and I can be the first one to tell you that zone do exist. Mm-hmm. I've done it for 6 years. I was zoned out for 6 years, and I became world champion.
That's awesome. Yeah, never giving up, hard work, dedication, right, to the sport. Definitely good advice to give all our young viewers that want to become a boxer or be inspired by you. Obviously, there's a lot of fans that are looking forward to this show, having you on. So again, greatly appreciate you being on the show because you're definitely inspiring people as we speak right now. Speaking of your career and your plans for the future, what do you think is in the horizon for you?
Right now, I'm giving myself a time limit. You know, at the end of the day, we get older, and it's the truth. And I came to a realization, you know, to understand that eventually I'm gonna have to hang up my gloves.
Right.
I give myself about another 6-7 years. I'm every day in the gym, working hard, staying focused. So I gave myself another 6-7 years. I want to accomplish, you know, I want to be world champion again because I never lost a title. I just relinquished. So what that means is just I let go of the title. I never lost it to anyone.
Right.
So I wanna get back a title and be a world champion again, and then eventually at 130. So then eventually I want to move up.
Right.
But I want to move up having a title. So when it comes down to it, the few years I have left, I just want to you know what I did for the sport, and I can walk with my head up high, and you know that's about it.
Gotcha. Now, if there was one person right now, if you had your way, that you want to face next, who would it be?
You know, it's crazy. Me, I will fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. But honestly, you know, my fight is not actually with these fighters right now. My fight is with promotion.
Promotion, right?
And real facts. My fight right now is with promotion. I don't fight as much. I only have 2 fights so far this year. I never say no. I always say yes. I want to fight. But it's hard, you know, because believe it or not, it's a lot of politics in boxing, and you know, we take step by step, you know, day by day. But at the end of the day, I've done nothing wrong, but done great things in boxing. You know, I fought the best at the time when nobody ever wanted to fight these guys.
Right.
You know, I fought Nicholas Walters. I fought Javier Fortuna. I fought Lomachenko. I fought Stephen Smith. I fought Gamboa. You know, you can name it. I fought all the guys, and I've been accomplishment. I have accomplished so much, and to be like sitting down at home and not fighting, it really irritates me.
Yeah, I understand, and a lot of our viewers, you know, for those who don't understand, there's a fight before the fight, and it has to do with training, it has to do with promotions, setting up the fights, making sure there's an opponent and things like that. But we definitely want to encourage these promoters to get this man a fight. He's exciting. He's the next biggest thing coming out of Puerto Rico and here in Jersey, and we want to definitely make sure that we get him a couple matches and get him set for another world title, just like the one that's sitting right over there. We definitely want to do that. Again, huge fan. Want to see you back in that ring. Always an exciting fighter. You know, you spoke about Arturo Gatti, and I think you bring the same passion that he brings for sure. And I'm not just saying that because you're on the show. I'm saying it because I'm a fan and I've seen you box before. So we definitely want to, let's get him a fight, guys. Definitely want to watch him, you know, beat another top guy fighter because that's what he's been doing. So definitely can't wait for that to happen. But that's about it. Thank you so much for being on the show, man. I really appreciate it, man. And before we go, every time we have a guest on the show, we kind of want to give them something from us to you, so you can hang up next to your world title. It's the Inspirational Award from Toy Quest 101. It's a little medal for you. Yeah, because you are inspiring, man. You know, you're out here, you're boxing, you know, you're inspiring little kids, you're a great father, you're a great athlete. Even at the gym, you're showing other people, amateurs that are coming up the ropes, and, you know, it's always a good thing to be inspiring, especially for kids out there. So that's our gift to you, appreciating what you're doing here today on our show. We want to thank Sideshow Collectibles for giving us this awesome 6-scale C-3PO statue for us to review today. with Jason. Super cool. We love the way it looks, and we're definitely going to add it to our collection. We're going to have all the links to where you could add this to your collection and purchase it from Sideshow in our bio. We're going to have TKO Fitness's gym in our bio, and all of Jason's contact social media information in our bio as well, where you could find him on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, Instagram, Canito310, Facebook, Jason Sosa, Twitter, Jason Sosa 4, I believe. Cool.
And we'll make sure we put that in the bio for you guys to follow his career and hopefully see him catch another world title. You heard it here first, guys, on Toy Quest 101. Ileana, say thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Susan, Sideshow, and everybody watching. Jason, again, thank you so much, man. Till next time, guys. See ya.